Hello and welcome to our viewers and subscribers on Crux Investor and YouTube, and also to our listeners on Cruxcast, our new podcast series. We've got some hot news. We've got Mark Selby from RNC Minerals on the line. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Matthew. How are you?
Very good. Now, you're in New York, but you called us and you've got some news.
Yeah, no, we're quite excited. Earlier this week, we resumed mining in the area to target the area below the Father's Day vein.
So we're in Beta Hunt. Right?
We're at Beta Hunt, our Beta Hunt gold mine. Yeah. We resumed mining and we resumed, we talked about getting underneath towards the Father's Day vein. And so now as we're approaching that area, we intersected another one of these extensional veins and pulled out 1,000 ounces from 2 cuts.
Okay.
And again, we still have, some distance to go in that area that has some potential. So, the most exciting thing for us is really confirmation of the model. So, we first bumped into this structure in well over a year ago on our 14 level. We hit the Father's Day vein on our 15 level last fall, and now in the past month we've been able to we've developed low enough and are able to now just start mining in this area and hit another one of these extensional veins. So it's a real confirmation that our model around why this coarse gold pops up has worked again.
Right. So you obviously we talked previously, I think last time, about the drill program 5,000 meter plan coming up. That's separate from this. This is part of the mining process on say level 14, 15 Father's Day vein, and this is where underneath it, near it.
Yeah, this is underneath the projection of those same structures. Again, It's where the sediment hits our shear zones, where the gold sits, that has the potential for these veins to pop up. Again, I would love to say we can hit one, each week for the next week or next month.
Right.
But these are intermittent structures. We know once we get into this area, we have the potential for one of these veins to pop up. And, again, just in mining on the 16 level here, just over the past month, we've hit another one of these veins, and we still have some distance to go on this level. And then as well, we've just had the development drives in place. We still have all the stoping blocks over several hundred meters that we'll mine over the coming year. And hopefully we'll have more of this high-grade coarse gold pop out.
So how far into the mining at level 16 have you got? I mean, have you just started, or are you several weeks into this thing?
Yeah, so we had to spend some time, driving a ramp down through the winter to get down to that level. We've come in and we've mined probably been on this level for just over 40 or 50 meters, and entered sort of this the high probability area just last week.
So you're literally only 40 or 50 meters into the plan, and you've hit this 1,000 ounce. I mean, 1,000 ounce in itself isn't huge, but I guess, like you say, it's what it signifies.
Yes. Yeah. And again, people shouldn't think that these things are 25 meters, and directly below each other. These are structures that plunge slowly. So we literally have hundreds of meters of areas to go mine in between what we just found, the Father's Day vein, from the Father's Day vein back up to the 14 level. And again, once we've got the updated resource model and the mine plan going, we'll be mining those over the coming year.
Right. So this was part of a vein structure which you've been chasing, or you plan to chase.
What we target is the intersection of the sediment where it intersects the shear, and then where those things happen. When it was formed, the gold fluids come up, they hit the sediment layer, and the gold has to chemically drop out and physically drop out into something. So it just fills up a little void with a lot of gold in it. So the Father's Day vein happened to be a very large one of these, but we've hit 1,000 ounce ones now. This is sort of the third time that we've pulled 1,000 ounces out of location.
So I guess it comes back to what you told me, I think one of our first interviews. You're saying that these are nice to haves. They're not essential to the economics of the project, but they certainly help when you come across them, and there seems to be some regularity now to it, and I guess you hope that continues.
Yes, yeah, very much so. So, again, they are intermittent. I don't want investors to think, okay, now that we've hit it again, we're going to be hitting one next week and the week after. It might happen next week, or, it might not happen for a month or another 3 months.
But it's not critical
On this area. And it's not critical. No, we're running the base business, and this is just, very nice to have cash flow because, as you can imagine, those are very, very low cost ounces.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what sort of grade? You talked about 1,000 ounces, but what sort of grade are you suspecting?
Well, it came out of basically just 2 cuts and a few hundred kilos of rocks that were picked.
Right. Okay. So that's great news. That is great news indeed.
Yes.
You're 40 or 50 meters in, you've discovered this, and you will continue to mine along the plan.
We still have area of high. Yeah, we still have high potential area to continue to develop through. So we'll see how things go over the coming month.
Okay, great news. Can I just ask you? There's one other thing you talked about last week, and we've had a lot of kind of people asking questions about that, and that's with regards to this is one of the best time given the exchange rate, the Australian dollar to US. Australian dollar gold price hit $1,900 this week. That's good for you. Can you just remind people why that is the case?
Yeah. So again, the bulk of our costs are denominated in Australian dollars, and again, most people are focused on the US dollar gold price, but the Aussie dollar gold price overnight hit an all-time high, and it's well over $1,900 an ounce earlier this morning.
So it all helps. It's okay. Just lots of small but good stories along. And Mark, while I've got you on the line, could you just give us an update on Higginsville? Is that still closing next week?
Yes. Yeah. As of this point, everything's on track to be able to close on Monday.
Fantastic. Okay, and because I know people are interested in that, you've talked about it as a mechanism for reducing the AISC numbers. What are the other things that are coming up this year? Just if you can just remind us some of the other things that we should be looking out for later this year.
Yeah, so sort of over the balance of the year, you're going to get further drilling updates, and again, we're now moving out of the resource drilling phase into the exploration drilling phase, where we really want to start to show the potential of what the size of the resource, of the potential resource, could look like.
Right. And that's chasing these shears that you've talked about.
Yeah. Right. There's the 4 shears, that 4 kilometer strike length.
Right.
And so we'll have the Higginsville mill, which will be very focused on integrating with the mine, and then lastly, we have the resource update coming out at the end of June, which will then lead into an updated mine plan in Q3, and then look to restart mining before year end.
And finally, what's the feedback been with regards to the Dumont announcement last week? I know we've had a lot of positive feedback. People hadn't been looking at it. Beta Hunt was the golden child, literally. But now people understand what you've been working towards with the feasibility. I mean, what's the feedback you've been getting?
Yeah, no, it's exactly that. With an updated feasibility study, with numbers that we're, very happy with, people see, it really is sort of demonstrable value, for that asset that's really not reflected in our share price today. You can see we've got a slide in our presentation. If you look at the comps, and even on the lowest value comp, our interest in Dumont's worth 22 cents a share. So
yeah, okay. So I guess not too much more you can say about Dumont. You said you're going to reignite or continue conversations with potential strategic investors there. Plan hasn't changed.
Plan has not changed.
But have you had a few more phone calls?
We've had discussions with people that were on hold pending the feasibility study. So those discussions are continuing. So.
Okay, great news. Well, we appreciate the phone call. We were pleased to get it. That's great news, and we look forward to hearing more from you in the next few weeks.
That sounds great.
Thank you very much for watching our video. We do aim to give you informed and intelligent information with which to make your investment decisions. So if you liked what you just saw, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more insightful, in-depth, honest and unbiased interviews, then please click the subscribe button. So thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.